Good night. It's November 8th, 2024, and it is a Friday. If you can believe it, it is a Friday once again. Here in Tripoli currently did not even bring this up. I was putting this off a bit, and I feel like a little foolish. It's on Facebook that somebody that I know needed help with something. Very specific item, which I had, and posted, and it doesn't really matter. But I messaged this person and told them that I could give them the item, and they said, "Fine, cool, that's great, thanks so much. I can come and get it after I gotta leave at 8 p.m." Oh, 9:05. And I was like, this person has not reached out to me. And then I saw that somebody else had commented on that post and had offered to give them that same item for an event tomorrow, and would be at the event. And so it does not bother me at all that this person is getting help in a more convenient way. However, I would have appreciated being told about that, because I just waited for this person. But it's not the end of the world. This is coming later than I wanted. So I was like, I'm not going to start something if this person is going to be coming. But in any case, it's 4 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit? 4 degrees Celsius, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's got a real feel registered trademark of -1 degree Celsius, 31 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cold. It's chilly outside. I was coming home from work earlier, got caught in a rainstorm. It was extremely unpleasant. It was very cold, very windy, and wet. So it was cold and wet when I got home, and it was unpleasant. Sun this morning rose at 6:37 a.m. and it's set at 4:24 p.m. A painful 4:24 p.m. 9 hours and 47 minutes of sunlight. Shorter and shorter and shorter. Working well. It's very easy, quick. The local music venue is Spick and Span. And then I went and I bought some copies of a Bolt Wave Magic the Gathering card because I won't spoil anything. I'll talk about it next week, but I'm going to try a different deck next week, although I just got to double check and make sure I can use the Bolt Wave. Technically it's not out, but who knows? We'll see. It's entirely possible that I'm not able to use it, so I got to double check first. I'm not going to go into Sacrificial Victims of Minotaur, because that's another song with a lot going on regarding the themes and arc and emotional center of Dark Souls 4. So I'm going to wait for that. Instead, I'll talk about a song by Sweeping Promises, Connoisseur of Salt. It's fantastic. I hadn't listened to Good Living is Coming For You in a while. When I first got into Sweeping Promises this summer, I not really into their first album, but I listened to Good Living is Coming For You, and I was like, I'm not vibing with this. But then, last week, earlier this week, I was listening to it while working. I was like, this is so good. I can't believe that I wasn't into this. And so I've been listening to it more. There's already songs that I knew I liked, but yeah, Connoisseur of Salt. I love the synthesizer on there. I love the saxophone. I recall one time I was playing Magic the Gathering with my friend Bob on this really shitty, and we were listening to this album on this very shitty Bluetooth speaker that we got from buying a 12-pack of Sapporo beer. And it was supposed to be a 24-pack, but we were able to negotiate, which wasn't very difficult with the shop owner, to get it for a 12-pack. And I hadn't heard this album before. I hadn't remembered it. And we're listening to Can't Hide It, and there's this sound that sounds like a Bluetooth speaker disconnecting. And it sort of It just surprised me, and we had a good laugh about that. Connoisseur of Salt, great song. Sweeping Promises, fantastic band. It's a band that I would love to see perform live. Seen live videos of them, and they seem absolutely like an amazing live band. Um, I do. I think it would be cool if they toured with a keyboard player, because um, as great as the songs are, as well composed as they are, as great, I'm sure as great as they sound performed live, it is a little bit of a disappointment to me. I love the synth arrangements. I feel like it's like missing a little bit of something, but they've got a lot of energy, and they're fantastic musicians and performers. And check out Sweeping Promises. I talked about them before, but I just wanted to shout out "Good Living Is Coming for You," their second album from 2023. First one was 2021, I think. Is it 2021? 2020. Hunger for a Way Out was 2020. Hopefully, they will be coming out with a new record at some point, because I'm a big fan. Tonight, I'm going to stream on YouTube. When this is out, I believe that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be streaming on YouTube, because I was listening to a podcast earlier. High and Mighty, John Gabris' podcast. John Gabris, who is a fantastic improviser and actor, and all-around funny guy. Know him as mainly from Comedy Bang Bang. But he had this a guest on who made a video game called Doomsday, and it's a roguelite deck builder, which, I mean, I have sort of fallen off of. I mean, Slay the Spire is amazing, and it's sort of like perfected. I mean, not perfected. Slay the Spire 2 is coming out at some point. But, yeah, most of the other roguelite deck builders that I've played have just been pale imitations of this. And I have a dopamine problem, like I think a lot of us do, but I really get focused. Like tonight, I had forgotten when I left the local card game store that I had forgotten to buy 2 more copies of Play with Fire, and then I thought I had more copies of Light Up the Stage. I guess it's spoiling what my deck is going to be. But I was thinking of going back tonight. I was like, do I have enough time before this person's supposed to come up and pick up this item? Like, going out into the fucking cold and just like super unpleasant weather. And I was going to do it. And plus, it's like the pre-release for Foundation tonight. So it's super busy. Last time I went there during the pre-release, the employee there was totally swamped. And I'm going back down there tomorrow, downtown, and I don't need this deck for another week. But still, I was like, oh, motherfucking dopamine, I want to buy this shit and get this fucking dopamine. So, anyway, it can be sort of bad for my dopamine dopamine craving brain. But it's nice about this game. It was not expensive. And John Gabris has a voice in it. Paul Shear apparently does a voice in this as well. And I want to. They have this great conversation. I forgot the person's name. Shout out this person. What is it? It is. What is Josh Richmond? Because we were talking about card games, talking about Magic the Gathering, and but also like Slay the Spire. Anyway, this is a great conversation. So shout out to Josh Richmond. Shout out to Doomsday. And I've never I bought it, but I haven't played it. I'm going to load it up and stream it here on YouTube. Mainly streamed on Twitch, but try to do it on YouTube. I stream the clips on YouTube, but I'll try to stream this game on YouTube. Okay, this is enough. Check out Sweeping Promises. Check out Doomsday. Check out my stream. For the weather, I'm doing this earlier than like 11:30 p.m., so it's real weird to have weather to talk about. It's going to go down. Surprise, surprise. It's going to go down all the way down to 2 degrees Celsius, 36 degrees Fahrenheit. a real feel of negative 4 degrees, a real feel registered trademark of negative 4 degrees Celsius, 24 degrees Fahrenheit. And I feel like I'm just like rushing through this, but I would just like to move on to something else. My heart hasn't been in it over. I mean, yesterday, was it yesterday that I talked about La Tarantella Espagliata? Yeah, it was just sort of emotionally intense to talk about that song. But yeah, I'm going to go and try to enjoy myself. It's also a film. I don't know how long I'll stream for. I went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning this morning. Not a fantastic idea. There's a film called, what is it called? Oddity from 2024. Apparently a very good horror movie. I think I'll watch that. So, one thing I will say though, when I came back this afternoon from work, when I was outside, I did see a little patch of beautiful blue sky and some golden sunshine all along the way behind those clouds. So there is still hope hidden behind the dreariness of the dreary veil of today. Everyone, have a great night. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.